Hello,
Hello, hello, hello.
travelers.
Hello, travelers.
Hello and welcome to Brushpoint.
Oh, he's got the spiel down. Yeah, it's another one. And we're back,
Yes, I wrote it.
and this is episode 4 of season 4.
Yay.
And our topic for today, it's pretty interesting, I think, but something that these two will take the lead in. Uh, you'll know why in a bit. So the topic is harsh realities of freelancing as an artist. So, as always, we're gonna sort of contextualize it in a Filipino setting, but I'm sure they're gonna talk about stuff that is universal for all freelance artists. So yeah, like I said earlier, it's gonna be led by these two because I, for one, barely do any freelancing. So I've mostly been a full-time artist, a full-time employee. So yeah, they're gonna take the lead on that because they're more authoritative on this. So let's start with something very simple. Uh, how did you start, or how did you know you were gonna freelance in this particular period in your life? Anyone can start.
You wanna go take the lead, Mr. Lumpia?
Wait, who did freelance first between us?
Well, definitely you. I think.
Oh,
Freelance
Unless
first, you
you consider like college, doing random.
Oh yeah,
what
the
do you
the
call
random
this?
gigs.
Random graphic design stuff,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
not really. But like, eh, you go ahead.
Well, if we're gonna include the freelance, freelance when I was
Yeah.
a student, actually it's kind of, it's not a deliberate choice because while studying you need money, so most probably the first thing that you would think of is freelance opportunities. But aside from that, after graduating, I think I have good, I I can't say connections, but a good amount of network, just because my batchmates have these companies or families who have studios who are needing artists. And at the time, right after graduating, like literally the day after I graduate, there's a post in our batch, the Facebook group. You, the
Mhm.
bat the college batch always do that. I don't know if
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
still a thing now, but it's the most common thing after graduating. You have this group chat or Facebook group,
Yeah.
and one of my classmates posted an opportunity, storyboarding opportunity, because her brother is has this studio doing video for commercials, and the storyboard artist is, at that time, if I'm not mistaken, is currently on leave or traveling. So I got that job, and uh with a good price or good rate, and that's my first experience after graduating. So it's like in my mind, oh, this life is good.
Yeah.
I made
and
it.
and after that project, actually, I think it's maybe 5 months. I don't have any work, and around that time I realized that, okay, freelance is not that easy, and I need to think about my future. But guess what? After that, just still play computer games, and I'm just computing the remaining money. And I said that when I don't have any more money, then I will try to get more freelance. So that's, just straightforward,
Life on the
immature,
edge.
irresponsible
Mm.
artist
Uh,
graduate. That's how I.
what made you say? He's laughing about it, just remembering it.
Yeah.
What made you say that freelancing might not be easy during that time for that storyboarding gig?
Well, my mom is actually asking me, and I'm always thankful because my family, just let me do what I want. I got a good job. I always talk about the jobs that I get, but there's a moment when my mom is asking, "Are you sure okay not having a job. Maybe you need to, apply for a regular job because I literally don't apply that time. Even for freelance, I don't try to get gigs because in my mind, if you're really good, jobs will reach out
Oh
to
my
you.
god,
Look for
yes.
you.
Oh my
Oh
And
my
god.
goodness.
don't be
Holy.
me, guys. That's the
Oh my
lesson
god.
for
That's also
tonight.
me.
Don't be
Jeez.
me. But yeah, I survived that time because I'm living in my parents' house, my family's
Yeah.
house. So
Mm.
uh, in a way, my mom is very kind to me. But looking back, it's actually, maybe my mom is actually concerned because I'm not trying to build my career that time. I just go with the flow. There's a gig, I say yes. If there's no gig, I will just play on computer shop. That's my life.
Mm.
The
Oh
past
my gosh.
But
JS.
then, yeah, the context was that you were still living with your family.
Yeah.
Okay, but before we get to the present one, let's go to Red when he first started freelancing. How'd you get
It's
there?
fun. It's
Oh, my
funny because
friend. Yeah.
it's about
Responsible
it's
friend.
about yeah, it's about the same time where with JS here where he was getting that storyboard gig and I was just there sitting and trying to practice art and all that. But I like even before I never really wanted to join a company and just really do art just for myself or like just do freelance. I never really saw myself in a company sitting there with a desk job and all that. So
Yeah.
like I knew from the start that I wanted to do freelance because I don't know, maybe I was just a stubborn guy wanting to have my own time and all that, and I feel like it was very lucrative at a point where I could just accept so much work and just get paid like output based and all that, and I will do it for a couple hours, couple of days, and I will be earning the same amount as a regular artist here in the Philippines and all that. So that was my mindset before. But yeah, like when I started, it was very difficult because I didn't even have a single freelance. Like before, it was hard. It was difficult until that one gig my dad gave me, which was, I guess, a graphic design thing where we did a what do you call those? Those pop-up books. What do you call those? The one with the when you open it, something comes out. What do you
Oh,
call those?
I think pop up.
yeah, I
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
think that's
pop-up
it.
book. Yeah,
Storybooks, yeah,
we
pop-up
Yeah.
did. It's
storybooks.
story. Yeah, we did that for a. I think it was Manny Villar's birthday. Yeah, I think it was a present for Manny Villar.
Big
Because
client, huh?
My dad's boss
A
before was
politician
kind of like
for
yeah, it
foreign
was fun.
people
Yeah,
listening.
that he was my dad's boss's boss was Manny Villar. So basically we did that thing for his birthday. Sadly, like my dad got most of the cut for that thing, even though I did like 80% of the work, but, but that was freelance for me. It was like, okay, I still got money. Like, I still get that job. And then I guess some mural stuff come up once or twice like, hey, can you paint this store? Oh, okay, especially for from my sister, like she gave me some mural stuff for bonchon as well, and that kind of spearheaded my mural stuff, which was kind of regular in a way as well, because there's a bunch of stores for franchise and all that, and I had to paint that, so that kind of yeah gave me more money to kind of sustain freelance. But yeah, looking at it now, like I'm so broke. Like
Yeah.
like freelancing is so hard, and yeah, I get nothing from it, honestly.
Well, as with anything, like reality will eventually set in. Some of the stuff that people will have to do as freelancers, because if you're like me who got used to having an HR handle everything from like taxes, healthcare, and other contributions. You have to do that yourself as a freelancer. And in case if you don't know resources, because they don't teach this in school, for taxes you have like third party people like Taxumo who could do that, or like if you want to do it yourself but don't know how, you can check out GA Consulting and many other resources that you must do your due diligence online. So there are resources online for people who don't know how to do that. But boring stuff aside,
Not
let's
sponsored, by
let's.
the way.
Yeah, not sponsored.
Oh yeah, I wish we were
Not
sponsored.
sponsored.
Come on,
Not
Yeah.
come on, please.
come on, man. We need that
Free
moolah
plug.
too,
No, no, no.
and we're gonna have to. Yeah, we're gonna plug you in.
We're freelancers. We need the money.
Technically, yeah. But now let's hone in on that freelance aspect. Like, let's get away from the glitz and the glamour, and let's show everyone warts and all what it really is currently like. Because you guys were still spring chicken back then. You were living with your parents. Life was a bit
Yeah.
more carefree, but now we have responsibilities. Like all three of us are like living on our own. So let's start with the harsh part of this podcast. So let's start again with JS since he started a while ago.
Yeah.
When
more
did you
experienced
feel
freelancer?
the veteran freelancer?
The
So you
veteran
said it that you
freelancer.
found out from the storyboarding gig that freelancing might not be hard. But when did you
Yeah.
really feel it that it was not something that you can't just like live, love, pray? Live, laugh, pray, or something. Sorry, eat, love, pray. I think that's
Yeah.
the name.
Live,
Or,
laugh, laugh.
Live, laugh, love. Oh, I said nothing right. So
I don't know.
yeah. Yes, that Julia Roberts movie. Yeah, you couldn't do that here, right? You have to be calculative on your move because if not, something in your life will get screwed up. Like, be it like finances or like rent or like food. So, JS, let's start with. I kept saying start. Can you recall what experience triggered maybe an anxiety or maybe a fear or a sense of doubt in you as a freelancer, and talk us through that moment? Yeah.
Okay, guys. So when I checked my wallet, so
Oh,
Yeah,
I noticed.
definitely.
so
the
that's
story.
it.
Come on, go,
That's
go.
the whole story.
Damn.
No, I mean for context at the time, my mindset is always compared to full time. I did this thing, I got this amount in just few days compared to full time because of course I'm not sure around late if you're late 20s if you still talk about specific amount of salaries because it's kind of it's ethics that you don't ask for the amount, right? But when you just
Yeah.
graduated, all of us just asking how much your
Oh, yeah.
salary. That because no
Yeah.
one knows, right? No one knows. And at the time I just I know that I got this amount for just few days, maybe just like 2 to 3 days. And I know many colleagues or many of my friends, regardless if they're artists or not, who's um, who have this salary, which is much more smaller than the freelance gigs that I have or I do. But again, of course, after many months, I realized that maybe around after a year, I realized that this is not sustainable because I have good amount of freelance in a way that for a young dependent, not independent, dependent on my parents, not
Dependent bachelor.
paying. I just paid. I think I'm paying on the internet and maybe just sharing more percentage. But again, it's like I have this gig right now, but I can't plan for my future, and that's when I started thinking. Not really decided to consider full time, but just got me thinking: is this really realistic? Just waiting and justifying my freelance life as I have these connections and I just need to wait. Because I also do freelance storyboard when for advertising companies, not just
Mm-hmm.
the client I got from my classmate. And yeah, I
Right.
realized that even that company, that advertising company, started to open a job hiring opportunity, and they actually asked me to if I want to apply. And that's the time when they didn't contact me after, because I think they already
Oh,
hired some artists. So I realized, okay, so they solved the problem of having an artist who will do their storyboards in short period of time. So yeah, it got really. I'm thinking the time that, okay, what how can I progress in my career and in my life if I can't even plan the next 3 months of my life, my
mm,
finances, and I want to start to invest, and all my friends who have full time talking about the pag-ibig, the MP2.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how to explain it to the foreigners here, to non-Filipinos, but it's like a government, what they call that, it's like investment that will surely grow. So like
HMOs.
yeah, like something like that. And I can't relate, and I want to have that, but I also, it's like I want that privilege, but at the same time I don't want to commit to a full-time job. So I need to make a choice, and of course there's this thing that I'm kind of it's kind I'm kind of afraid of, if I'm gonna live for 3 years with this kind of lifestyle, I might, I don't know what will happen to myself. And I also really want to help my parents that time. So yeah,
Yeah.
there's I think there's no one specific trigger, but all of those things. Yeah.
okay. Could you recall? So you were very anxious because you really can't tell from that moment, like, "Oh, what now? What do I do now?" Right? You
Mm-hmm.
just keep on putting one foot in front of the other.
Yeah.
What did you do to get past that? Maybe mentally, like, what was your mindset then? How'd you push through?
Well, what I'm sure of that time, because I already experienced freelance for advertising, is I don't want to work there. No offense to, artists working in the advertising. I
Yeah,
I
definitely.
really
Oh.
respect them.
I feel you.
I respect the industry because I know how productive they are, and that there's the result. But at the same time, I know that I don't want to, you know, work until midnight and do this for a brand. No, I want to draw. Specifically, I want to draw. I want to illustrate. And thanks to Red. So Red actually exposed me to those things, that we have these studios here in the Philippines. We have game development, but more on, of course, outsourcing. And at the time, I think other members know this already. I just tried to apply in Ubisoft because Ubisoft is new here in Philippines at the time. I think that's 2000. I don't know, maybe.
23rd, no, 2017,
Whenever
I think I
Assassin's Creed
applied.
Origins was in production.
2016
Yeah,
ish.
2016,
Yeah.
2017. Around the time I applied to them. That's the first game company that I applied to. And
Way
I
back
really
then.
Yes.
enjoyed it because it's kind of funny. I know I'm not going to be, you call that, going to be accepted. And I
Hired,
tried
yeah.
again, and Red, I think you told me about Secret Six, Red.
Yeah, I
And
did, I
so,
did.
wow, working for Last of Us, and have this triple A
Yeah.
projects. I tried there and got rejected again. And then I tried
Oh
in
my god.
Synergy. So I just like paint. I just keep, what if I try this company? But I'm still working for advertising that time. But I just tried games. And I yeah, my mindset that time is, if I'm going to draw for games, I'm willing to have a full time job. So that's my mindset. And fortunately, it worked, thanks to the people who supported me and believed in me.
Thank you, mom.
in there in red because he was the bridge. Oh, now
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks,
let's
Red.
pass it on to red. Yeah, because we're talking about red right now. How about
Yeah.
let's pass it back to you? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
was there any? Well, can be a trigger or maybe in general. When did you when did you feel like really feel that freelancing was gonna be an uphill battle for you?
Aside from the wallet thing, it's the parents thing as well. you know, yeah, like
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, talk us through.
you
Because
know,
we're
yeah,
Asians, right?
well, we're Asians here, and I guess it's for them, or I guess their age group or whatever. It's not normal for it's not normal to see people working in freelance. I guess like they're always into those people who are in full time in companies going day in
Desk
day out,
job,
9 to
office
5.
job,
Yeah, desk
yeah.
job. Like that's what they grew up with, and I think that's what success is to them. So that's like the main pressure I had. But I did had a talk with them like after college. Like I mean, I got absorbed in the internship I had, which I kind of worked for maybe 8 months or a year almost. But
8 months.
I
That's
did
a long
for 8 months. I
internship.
think no. I mean, after the internship, I got absorbed, and then I
Mm.
kind of worked there as a consultant ish. So it's kind of like a freelance as well. Like they gave me pretty shit pay for a ton,
Oh,
for loads of work. Basically, I'm
oh.
doing all the work, but they pay me crap amount. But anyway, yeah, like I got absorbed there for a couple of months. I worked there for a couple of months, and then I had a talk where with my parents that saying, I didn't want to go full time here because I really just wanted to practice art. So can you give me a couple of months? Give me a couple of give me time, and I will just practice art. That's where I really tried to lock in, like from our past episode. I think we were talking about
Or you
habits,
deleted
building
your
habits.
social
Yeah,
media.
yeah, where I deactivated social media and all that. But yeah, it was tough because even though I was practicing and I was getting quite good, I didn't know where to look for freelance, which was like one of like the biggest hurdles for me, and what really scared me because like if I don't know where to look, then how am I gonna get job? How am I gonna get
Mm,
money? And how am I gonna sustain this life that I'm living? I'm very privileged, more privileged than JS here, where I live with my parents, and I don't really have to help them as much, even though I want to. Like I can't, like physically, and like there is no money that I can help with. So like that's uh one of the biggest hurdles, and something that scares me even until this day. Like it haunts me that I cannot help as much as I want to. Like I want to give so much, but it's difficult, with freelance. It's fun, because you don't have to work every single day for God knows how long. And but yeah, what's even scarier is not having that safety net of having a regular income and all that. So that's what
yeah.
really got me rattled and all that. So yeah.
Mhm. At the time, since you didn't know where to start, did you have like a community? Were you part of Metal Pen that time? Did you discover them already? Not yet.
No, I discovered Metal Pen when Brushpoint was out already, so that's pretty late. Like I had
Yeah,
no
yeah.
clue besides the companies I've told JS, like Secret Six, Lady Luck, which was
Did
Yeah.
already
Nino
so gone.
Games. So,
Like Anino Games, Ubisoft, and other AAA games. Where I think I also tried to apply for Ubisoft, but then again, if JS didn't get in, how am I gonna get in? you know, like JS was like way above like the skill level I had before, even though I was practicing and all that. But yeah, he was way better, and so I was trying to also look for animation gigs here and there, but nothing, no branches. Like they tried to give me a training thing, but I just didn't like it. I didn't want to do
Is this the frame by
uh
frame animation training?
yeah, frame by frame. I
Yeah.
tried to do that, and I also tried to apply for the background thing, which is
Mhm.
where I kind of got the training offer. Like, oh, we can train you if you want. Like,
Oh,
not really.
is this the isometric what we saw in Facebook, I think. The isometric game. We're gonna draw a tree.
Oh no, no, that was different. That was
Ah,
different.
different.
But
That's
yeah,
right.
that's another thing. Yeah, that was long ago.
Yeah, we
Holy
It
just
shit.
sounds
shared
like, yeah, it's pretty
we
hard.
just
Oh my
chat
gosh.
together. I saw this.
Like, oh, I finally I saw this thing. I'm
Just
gonna
hire me,
apply.
hire
And then
me.
I did like this whole thing, shenanigans of art and
Uh-huh.
isometric stuff. But yeah, I didn't get in. But anyway, back to the animation thing. I
But you
didn't
were
really
at the
like it.
mercy of like what you could find online, like from what you just said. Like, oh, I found this post. I saw this post at the time,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. We were. I think I was also looking for job for jobs on a job street as well, and
Hmm.
luckily for my school as well, they were also sending out
Connected. Yeah.
offers. I think that's like a big help from the school. I think that's their thing, like sending out emails. So, oh, this thing is open
Yeah.
for you if you want to apply and all that. But anyway, I didn't really care. I didn't want to work. It was mostly just graphic design
Yeah.
stuff, which I steered away from. But
Yeah.
yeah, and
You were kind of in a vacuum. So I got a question for you. Do you think if you had the community like Brushpoint right now, would that have made
Huh?
a better or not better? Like would that have made like a bigger difference?
oh yeah, definitely. Because here, not to toot our own horn, but like we do job postings and
Yeah.
and like hanging out with the community. Even now, I learn like, oh, there's that kind of company. Okay, I'll write that down.
Yeah.
Maybe I
Yeah,
can apply
exactly.
to that in the future. Like I didn't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Like, I am such a baby when it comes to the game art industry here in the Philippines. Like I know art. Like I'm pretty adept in art, but like in the game art industry, I am pretty much
Yeah.
a baby. So having this community really
Same.
does help.
I was a neophyte. Well, a
Subscribe to
little
Brush.
tangent. Well, it's kind of related to freelancing. Yes, subscribe to Brushpoint. That's a great segue. If you want to become a supporter, you can go to brushpoint.io and check us out for just $5.
Check out.
You can become a supporter and get access to resources,
Get your
tutorials,
portfolio
reviewed
critiqued
by
and
Mr.
given.
And
J is right
access the
here.
job post.
No, you can
Or you
access
can,
the
you
job
can
post
just join,
even though.
yeah,
Yeah.
even though you're
just
not a
join,
supporter. You can
guys,
just
yeah.
join the public.
Yeah.
You can check us on Facebook. If you need the link, check the description down below. Red will put it there. But going back to the topic, a little tangent from that. Little plug right there. Not scripted. I was pretty I was a baby too. I was a neophyte. Like I didn't know that we had so many more game studios. Or like not just studios here, but even locally, like opportunities there. That's a term.
Yeah.
Yeah, opportunities for an artist to get employed or maybe get freelance work in or contract jobs. Until like I joined Metal Pen and like a door opened up to like multiple other corridors that I could like sort of view and try my luck in. And then I also saw Brushpoint. And thanks to Brushpoint, I learned more about like how to strategically get in or have increase my chances in getting hired, right? And yeah, that's how actually I was a student in one of their boot camps when I got hired as an intern, which led to me getting hired as a junior artist. So community
yeah.
helps as a
To be senior.
freelancer.
Hell yeah.
Oh no, my
very soon, very soon.
my
Ah.
workmates are joking about that a while ago because we had to play through
Yeah.
and like I'm gonna direct my own scene because I'm gonna learn the
Yeah.
camera and the engine. So
Yeah.
getting off topic here. Again, point is community helps for freelancing and full-time artists in general. So if you haven't yet,
Mhm.
find your community. If you still don't know where to start, you can start with us, Brushpoint or Metal Pen.
Yeah.
Check those people out.
Yeah. Follow your favorite artists
Yeah.
as well, and they pretty much teach you where to look as well. Because I think that's
Sometimes
one of,
those
like,
artists have their own communities.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
And in communities, you hear about horror stories,
Yeah.
like particular bad experiences or people to stay away from. So, that's another harsh
Mhm.
reality. Like you're gonna meet a lot of douchebags in this industry. I mean, I'm gonna use that D word heavily because the reality is, uh, not everyone's nice. Uh, they feel like, I think psychologically, since they're paying you, they have more authority over you. Like you should be the ones who call the shots here, or they'll just act very unprofessionally or rude. And
Mm-hmm.
there are instances where even for students, some professors deliberately act very rude and like unapologetically, and then it really sets students off. Uh, Sad reality is that's just the start. I'm not naming names here, but let's talk about that a bit. How do we professionally get through that? Because that's gonna happen. There's no dodging it. If you're lucky, you'll meet like people who do the sandwich method, who start with something good, then negative, then good. Some people just go all negative right away. So for you guys as professional freelancers,
Mm-hmm.
how do you deal with unruly or, let's say, unreasonable clients, or unreasonable, rude, impolite? However, we know what I mean. Like the ones that are really mean to you. How do we as professionals, because at the end of the day we are the ones looking for a job or a payday,
Mm.
we can't just say like, hey man, fuck you, you were very disrespectful, as much
Yeah.
as we want to, right? Like if it's really
Yeah.
warranted, but we can't, again, because we're professional. uh, let's start with Red this time. Let's reverse the keys. Were there like instances where you had a client that was very rude to you? I know you have a story about the client not paying you
Yeah, like I'm
properly.
not sure if I had any clients that were pretty rude to me. I guess I was pretty lucky to not have those, but I am very unlucky to have like people who don't pay me.
Which I think is
So,
much worse.
no, I think that's
I
much
think
worse.
that
I'll take a fuck you any day than not getting paid. That's a
Yeah, yeah.
different kind of like.
at least you got paid, right?
Yeah, at least I got
You got
paid.
cussed.
I can't complain. Well,
Okay.
but yeah,
Wait,
I
wait, wait.
don't think I
What
have.
led you into those? What led to you being in those scenarios? Okay, I think we should talk about that.
Okay,
That
okay.
people know the signs they look for.
They're
Yeah.
not in the Brushpoint community, so that's one. No, but like that's part of it. Like not knowing what you don't know, inexperience in
Mm,
itself. Because again, I didn't get much freelance, so I don't know what's the do's or don'ts. I didn't have the experience of not getting paid
mm,
on, or maybe I should ask this X amount for the start or whatnot. So that led to me not getting paid. Like I didn't really ask for a down payment before that,
mm.
and I already like bought the materials and all that jazz, and
This is,
I
by the
finished
way,
it.
for a fine art commission, right?
Like yeah, this is a
Yeah.
fine art commission. Yeah, again, I didn't get the break I wanted to in digital art or game art. So I mean, a little backstory. I guess the doors open for fine art, and here I am. Anyway, but yeah, like I didn't ask for a down payment, which is again numero
You should,
uno
by the way,
mistake.
freelancing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mistake number
Protect
one.
yourself.
Like yeah, you have to have a safety net, even if it's not half, but at least cover the cost of whatever time you're gonna put or all that. Like,
Or
just
materials if you're
materials,
painting.
just compensate for that. Like yeah, me not knowing that yeah, made me even more broke.
It's like
So yeah,
negative.
that's one of it. Yeah. Like I'm already not earning and then I even lose more money. Hell yeah.
Wait, so why didn't you get paid for that? Because let's talk us through the process. You got commissioned to paint this painting, so
Hmm.
you were sending whips or something, and then when you finished it, he was like, "Well, why didn't he pay you for
I
the
guess
product?"
this is like one of those clients where it's difficult because they will ask you to do whatever you want.
Mm.
Like, oh, just do me just give me a painting, I like your stuff. And I keep on nagging and asking, are you sure you don't want anything? because I will just go crazy and do whatever I want. Yeah, yeah, just do it. Just do whatever you want. And so I did. And when it came out, he didn't like it. Like, that's just how it turned out. Like I
Damn.
think I was in the middle of painting it, and then I tried to show it because I think that was the decent time to show it because it was in the midpoint where you can kind of uh make out what's gonna how it's gonna turn out. So yeah, I showed that, and he was like, huh, let me think about it. It's like, what? Let me think about it. I already painted it. Like I had the materials.
Yeah.
It's already painted right here, and you're telling me now you're gonna think about it. I was like, so I kind of waited for a couple of weeks, and then it turned to a month or 2 months, and then I was like, just like, what the heck is going on? Why is he not coming back? So I asked, do you hate the painting or not? I was like, yeah, can you just do me another one? I was like,
Damn.
Okay.
I was thinking about it, but I was broke and I had no job, so I was like, do you want the same size? It was big, guys. By the way, it was like 4 by 5 feet, so
Sheesh.
it's massive. Like especially for someone who just starting out in the
Yeah.
industry, it's huge. So I I I guess I didn't have any choice just to do it as well, because also fun fact, it was a relative.
So
So
if you're
Yeah.
yep.
listening right now,
So it was a relative, and yeah, so I had no choice but to do it because I first I didn't have a job, and second it was a relative, and yeah, so I did it again, and this time he sort of still didn't like it, but in return he just kind of paid for the canvases, which was, I guess it's still a loss because that was a month or
yeah.
months of work, and yeah, to earn petty amounts of money is horrible.
What did you take away from that? Because let's say like you were to do that all over again, but this time with all the years of experience you have now, how would
Mhm.
you approach it so that you're protected?
Never trust your friend. No.
Well, that's
No,
one.
no, 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 no,
You're at the
no,
loss
no,
if you
no, no,
were
no.
to
Aside
be
from
It,
that,
family.
it doesn't matter if it's family, but
yeah.
like as long as you're stern with asking the right amount. Like first, you have to know how much things are worth.
Yeah.
Like you must know how much your materials will cost, how much time you'll take, how many days it will take to do this, so you can kind of allot how much or the cost of your living for that x amount of days, x amount of weeks, or whatever. So that's one, like knowing the cost of everything. Second is always asking for a deposit. Like for me, I asked for a 50% deposit just so that you know they're sure they want to take this commission or whatever, because 50% is a lot, you know.
Yeah.
Some people ask for less, like 30, 35%. I ask for 50 just so I am definitely sure they want that commission. So I ask
Mhm.
that, and if they go with that, then sure, all right, we'll go on to the next, and we'll do the studies first. Yeah, now we do studies, even though yeah, it's a traditional painting, and
Is
they
that rule number
even,
3? You do
yeah, for three
studies.
we do studies. Like even though they say just do whatever you want because we like your style, whatever, just still give them studies
Yeah.
because they will always have something to say. Like I have done uh quite a bit of commissions for paintings, maybe not, maybe less than 10, but I have done commissions for paintings where they say that, and then when I show them the studies, oh, can you change this? Oh, like, thank goodness I did studies, so I can change it before I paint everything else. So
And
yeah,
these are
that's
like
what I
rough,
learned.
right? They're not fully
Yeah.
rendered.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, sometimes it depends on your client as well, because sometimes they're just really hard to. I mean, it's hard for them to visualize what you're trying to say or what you're showing them. Even though if you sketch it pretty good, like I'm not sure if how it's gonna look like because there's no color yet. So you have to color it and all that. So
So like
yeah,
color roughs or something like that.
yeah,
That
yeah, color
fidelity.
roughs pretty much, or almost. Yeah, you're pretty much doing the full amount of work, but in a smaller scale, basically. Which I'm kind of lucky because I just do it digitally. So yeah, that's I guess that's the three things I pretty much learned on on that commission, like knowing how much is worth, getting down payment, and of course doing studies for all that. Yeah.
Do you charge for revisions?
Um, yeah, but luckily I have not really encountered someone who had a major revision of changing the whole thing.
Mm.
But yeah, you should definitely do that. Like after three revisions,
Usually
and then
standard is
like if,
three. Yeah.
yeah, I think so. And then if
Yeah.
it's
And
a
then
really
any
major
succeeding
one,
ones, yeah,
yeah, if it's a
10%
major one, you should really ask for more. Yeah.
or more. Yeah.
Never
The
really
reason why
experienced
like
it, so I'm a baby there too.
oh, it's all right. We have our veteran here, our old timer to walk us through. But just real quick, another tangent. The reason why I like to know about this, even though I just said earlier, I don't freelance. I used to freelance for graphic design. Never again, especially here in the Philippines. Because when Red said it was for a relative, like, oh, I got war flashbacks with my relative. I'm like, oh, I wanted to punch my relative, so that was that bad because he said some mean
Hi
things. Because I
there,
was
if
being like,
you're watching this
Hello.
video.
Hello.
oh,
Hello.
he's a creative too. He should know better now.
He's
I
a
told my cousins about
creative
it.
too. That's
I
painful.
just said it. It's a cousin. So, anyways, yeah, I was so pissed off. So, if you're a freelancer and you have a relative commissioning you, be very careful. Because after that experience, I was like, never again. And I even shared it with my portfolio professor at the time in college. And I was like ranting, like, how do you deal with this? Because this is what happened to me. And then he was like, I'm
Mhm.
sorry that happened to you. That's why I never work with relatives. He's a professional in the advertising industry. And his rule is to never work with relatives. So there's just something weird going on. So that's another harsh reality. Not just for freelancing, but like in general, when you have to work with relatives. So, because money and stuff. Because what happened with mine was, I'll try to make this short. I was charging the same amount I would for other people because my other
Yeah.
cousin from my other family side paid my rate, no questions asked. But this one was trying to get like a lower price off of me. I'm like, bro, if you can't pay for me, I can just refer you to other people. So yeah, protect yourself. Know your worth, even if it's relative. Try not to like bend over because you're just gonna get stressed. Because another thing, like working for relatives, is since they're your relative, they're gonna try to push your buttons and try to get like a lot more revisions out of you. So
Mhm.
yeah, save yourself. So yeah, that's my tangent as a graphic design freelancer. I'm sure it's gonna be different for like art if ever I really commit to it. But we have our war veteran right here, Mr. DJ Limpa.
Yeah.
A lot
So
of
yeah,
horror stories. So,
yeah.
I mean, is
Where do
this
you
the
want to start?
same question?
Yeah, but let's say it can be like doesn't have to be like a specific person or like a client or studio or whatever. It can be. It's like the jobs the gigs that were very difficult, like horrifying for you. Like let's say you had to revise something and it was due like less than 24 hours
Yeah.
or something like that. Or can be like very rude people or you didn't get paid enough or they ran away from you. Horror stories.
Yeah. So I think I've experienced all of that, but not too much. So because I also learned from other artists, not really other artists' mistake, but more on other artists' horror stories. It's like you know, we are doing this podcast, but I also ask other artists when I was younger. It's like watching another podcast of another horror story in freelance. And I think one of the things that I learned pretty early is, you don't have to push the project if it's not really working, if not really working well with the client. So since I have so many gigs, I call it thank you gigs, not freelance gigs. So
Oh
I just
no.
get, thank you. Because I've experienced a lot of relatives or friends that's asking for art, and it's fine for me. Actually, I'm happy to, to practice my art uh, at the time. And sometimes, they're gonna say that it's just a sketch, and then they will ask for revision. I think one of the most memorable moment is like a charcoal portrait for a not really direct friend but friend of a friend, and I think friend of a friend and mother of that friend. So and there's so many revisions, and it's just thank you. It's just a request, and they're having these revisions of making it lighter. But at the time, Red notes this, that my range of values is always dark. S- that's my art style, especially when I was college. So it's really hard for me. And I'm lucky enough that when I graduated, I have those experiences already, and it didn't cost me actual money. Like Red's experience, there's actual material and everything. But it's like maybe it cost me a pencil or a charcoal, but I didn't buy any canvas, and then the client didn't pay it. So I didn't have any of that experience. And even the first freelance that I talked about earlier is uh, I work for this director who's very transparent and helpful, and he also taught me how to price things. So it's like having these tools early on, the good practices. And although I experienced it, I I was able to minimize it. And the things that I practice, like for example, if the client is having so much revision, I just I just ask them, and I will and I can tell them directly that maybe this project is not working. Maybe we should stop. So I can, maybe the biggest skill that I
Wow.
have when early on is saying no and saying stop, or stopping the project if I think it's not working. And
Mhm.
no refunds, but also don't I will not also send the files. So it's like, okay, it didn't work. uh at least let's just go separate ways. you I will not give you the files. You will not give me any payment, and at least we're both happy and comfortable. Because sometimes, for some reason, I just thinking sometimes that, is it more enjoyable if you're enjoying, communicating with the artist that you're working with. But sometimes, like, they're intentionally making the project harder. So I don't know.
I don't
It's
get it.
like
Yeah, yeah,
conspiracy
yeah.
or something. But it's like, is it more fun if we just enjoy the project together? And one skill also that I tried to really learn is, first of all, clients. Most of the time, clients don't know what they want. So I really tried to learn how to educate clients without sounding educating them. It's like studies, like for example, what Red is doing. I also do studies. It's like I don't even care if they say, uh, do anything you want. It's like my mind is automatically rejecting that. My mind is, okay, how do I help this person, this client, to realize what they want? So I have mood board studies. I have all of these practices, and sometimes even with contracts, sometimes even with big companies, sometimes you will still experience. Like for example, I experienced, I think, more than a year before I got paid, and I'm really active. I'm really responsive, but it got to the
More
point
than a
that,
year?
yeah, that the person that I'm talking with, this is a big company. I'm not gonna say what company this is, but if you're watching this, guys, you should regret it, because you're a bad you're a bad project manager or producer of that project. Because I'm
Wow.
really responsive. I update early. When I say I will update next week, I will update in 3 days, because I really gave time for that project. And suddenly they're in vacation, and then they're not replying. And uh
I think I
I'm
remember this too.
yeah, I'm following up every month, and they're telling me that, you ask this person, this is the contact person, and it's like, I can't I I can't call off your employees, dude. It's like, so that I think the last thing that I say is, uh, can you just, pay me, because I think I'm gonna call something, a lawyer or something, if you don't pay me. So it's like I'm
Oh
I'm at
wow.
that point. I already searched their names in Facebook. I already saved their pictures just in case I needed it. So it's like,
Not
that,
bad.
don't do that, guys,
Mhm.
unless you're in that situation, of course. So I just need to be
Yeah.
prepared, well prepared, and I
Mm.
don't have, actually, it's like a mind games. I don't have money to bring them in court, but when you say it, it's like, okay, now this guy is serious. And after I said that, I think just within 2 days I got paid. Magic, right? So it's like, being freelance, and
Tactics right there.
especially if you're working with big companies, different clients, you really need to be brave also. You need to be disciplined, and at the same time, you need to be brave. That you know your worth, you know your value, and you know that you need to get paid for the job that you did. And it's a hard thing, because I really try to be very kind, to be a very kind artist, but sometimes, so, with that experiences, I think I got to the point after that, because it's a Filipino company. After that, I've decided to stop getting Filipino clients unless they really want me, and they're willing to pay me with the same rate that I have for foreigners. And after that, my life is so much easier. I'm
So you're
always able.
saying to make it,
I'm not
yeah, so
saying
you're saying for
being Filipino
freelancers
is a
in the Philippines.
problem. It's just that maybe there are many Filipinos, just maybe, and it's not even a blame to other Filipino artists. It's just that maybe they're so used to it that they don't mind not paying artists. And for me, I don't work for this industry anymore. So it's up to you guys. So I always ask for payment right away. I have this client, actually, after that, after I set those standards, what will actually most probably happen, and hopefully will happen to others too who's listening this, is, after you set those rules for yourself, then after that, it's like an automatic filter to the clients, because you have this standard, and if they didn't match your standard, then it's a no, right? So the only clients that you will have is the one that you will really enjoy working for also, or working with also. And so far, it's working for me. I'm not saying that I have so many clients, but I have few clients that continuously give me projects, and we're both happy, and I try my best to do the project that I'm happy and they're happy, and just have fun, because eh, my goal is to make beautiful art. Their goal is to finish the project in time, using our arts, we artists. So yeah, just, but again, it's kind of, in a way, it's a privilege, because of course, the more filter, the more rules that you set for yourself, of course, the harder the client is. But at the same time, is it really harder if you filtered the red flag clients?
There we
Yeah.
go.
So it's really
That's
up to
the
you
sauce right
to
there.
weigh that. It's kind of subjective, but for
Yeah.
me, it worked, and I'm happy with my clients right now. So yeah.
Cool. That's a spicy one right there. You almost went to court. Then, with my experience in graphic design, I wanted to punch my cousin.
You want to punch, I want to, I want to bring them
Sue.
in court. I want to sue them.
Uh-huh. And those are some of the harsh realities that we
A
face.
year, bro.
Oh,
Like I think that's really.
yeah.
Crazy, right? Imagine me posting that, hi guys, I've sued this company.
Oh
Like,
my god.
imagine if it happened. It's crazy, right? It's
Ah,
like a very
how
important part
expensive
of
that would be.
our history. Philippine art history.
If that happens now, you have a whole community to support you.
Yeah.
It's gonna be very public.
Fun
Yeah.
DJ
Oh, we-
Lumpia as he fights
Crowdfunding.
corruption,
Yeah. We will fight
Uh-huh.
these clients.
company corruption. Hell yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna reach the news in this one. We're gonna reach LinkedIn. Where else? Instagram, YouTube. Yeah, we're gonna have a GoFundMe for JS if he has to sue
I'm
someone.
gonna contact
Yeah.
Dole and everyone.
Well then, that's why you protect yourself as a freelancer. And going back to the topic, those are some things that you have to consider. You know, I want to say like people don't want to think about that because
Yeah,
it's again harsh reality. They just want to live in the fantasy of wow, I'm just making art and I'm gonna earn money out of
Yeah.
it, right? Which is not it's not bad, but you have the responsibility as an artist and an individual to protect yourself from getting taken advantage of. You know, so that story about JS, it reached that point, so we had to play some mind games to get paid, and it paid off after 2 days. You might not be fortunate enough, but if they're like, okay, fine, they call your bluff, go sue me, I don't care. What are you gonna do, right? So
Yeah.
you
It's another
gotta be
story.
ready.
No.
Yeah, it's another
Fortunately, we
story.
didn't get there.
And that was pretty nice. JS was like very professional. He even said it nicely after like a year.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
like
there's me
tired.
getting
You
like
know, it's like my tired version. Like, guys, let's get this done. Just pay me,
come on, let's
please.
get out of the way.
Just please.
Yeah. Exactly. But for some reason, then again, this was like Filipino. I don't know. I don't want to say it's generalized because of our culture. We're a bit more tight fisted with money. Like my cousin. And the thing with my cousin that made me want to punch him, but I didn't say that. Because he wanted to like drag my mom into the conversation. Like, what if I tell your mom this is how you talk? I mean, like, I've been very professional. Even showed screenshots to my other cousins. Like, but why is he like that? He's a creative working in design. Like you did the right thing. And this came from like an art director cousin of mine in a agency. So like, shame on him. So like, see, there are stuff like that will trigger you, but you have to act very nicely. Even though deep down I wanted to fucking murder him and like post in ECAP, the group page, like this is what happened with my cousin. I'm gonna censor his name. I was ready to do that. Like, what am I supposed to do? So again, you gotta learn to defend yourself. And if that happens, if shit hits the fan, what do? You act respectfully and nicely, even though you're like boiling inside. And then, like what Jay said, learn from it. You learn that after that, I think I'm not gonna freelance for Filipinos unless they pay my international fees. For me, it was I'm never gonna work with family. I'm gonna be very careful working with Filipinos because back then I freelanced for like logos for foreign clients and they didn't really complain. Your journey could be different. So,
Yeah.
oh, and speaking of your journey could be different, we have new people here in the chat. If you have any questions you want these two to answer, because they are the veterans, put them here in the chat below, and we'll get to them in this episode.
Yeah, I think
We're
this is
gonna
a great
we're gonna
conversation.
cap off later on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great conversation because again, they don't teach this in school. They don't teach you how to freelance. They don't teach you how to file your taxes or how to prepare a portfolio and all. So having a community, again, if you don't have a community, Brushpoint's a good one to start. And having a community where you can learn stuff about stuff like this was a game changer for me. I didn't know back then that you should charge for your revision. So I was just doing only revisions at the time. I learned from Chris though, from the future.
Yeah.
I think that was from him. After 3 of the inclusive revisions, you charge 10% for succeeding ones. That's just a ballpark figure. You can charge more depending on the client. And then when I got hired as like a professional graphic designer, I learned that we do have 3 inclusive, but they charge a different amount for succeeding revisions. So yeah.
I
we have
mean,
comment here.
I
It's in
don't charge
Filipino.
revisions actually.
Oh,
Yeah,
good for you.
when the revision
Why?
is too much, is too much, I just
Uh-huh.
ask them nicely, of course, that this kind of major revision. So it's either you pay me with the actual same amount of the whole project, or you just limit the revision. It's like you choose. You want a major revision and pay another whole payment.
Yeah, because it
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. Like it's very
Because
late in the project, yeah, and you change
yeah, especially in the
something.
last stages. But I'm not saying that's the only way. I just, that's how I manage my stress. Also, it's like I can't think about those little things, or I don't want to measure each revision. Is this a major revision or minor revision, or is this the third revision or the fourth revision? Because I just want to simplify it. That's my approach. But again, what Bungsing is or Chrislo said is also a good to, as long as uh you can follow it, because that's the only thing there. If you yourself can follow it, then it doesn't make sense. Maybe just simplify it.
Yeah. Ooh,
So yeah.
we got really hot for a bit there. We're cooling down. That was for the audience and like the listeners. Like maybe they were joining out and they heard us talk about spicy stuff. That's where
And
I
I
think
think
our
we
we
got
lives
it.
are
also
great.
haven't really touched upon how freelance isn't the be all end all for everyone. It's
Yeah.
not the
Oh,
goal as us as artists. Like yeah, everyone wants to have their own time doing their personal art and all that, but I think you can still
yeah,
do it with having a full-time job. It
Yeah.
just takes a little bit more work, but this is not the be all end all freelance work.
yeah.
Actually,
Honestly, now doing yeah.
sometimes you will have
Mm.
less time. Sometimes if you're freelance,
Yeah,
because the tendency
exactly.
is
It
Depending how
takes
much you take, right?
you get projects again and
yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Even if
Mhm.
you can, even if it's your limit.
It takes a certain someone to really make this work. Like if you're super uh conscious about scheduling time and all that and just really working nonstop, I think you can make it work. But if you're
Yeah.
like me, a little bit lazy, I don't think this is the way to go.
It's kind of high risk,
Yeah, yeah, high
Yeah.
risk, high
You
reward.
Yeah.
also
Like
check
yeah.
your
But-
working approach or lifestyle.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
you
and
you you'd
you gotta
say
get
it's like a month. You'd work for maybe a week for this X amount, but then not get another commission in like I don't know 5 4 months whatever, and then like just divide those in the months, and then
Yeah.
you
So
kind of see
compute
how
it.
tiny you
then you gotta
actually
put
work for.
water in your shampoo bottle to make it last longer.
Oh
If you're
yeah.
in that situation, that's the unofficial poster for this podcast. If you know what we're talking about, check out the
Yeah,
lounge
even the
chat in the
dishwashing
Discord.
liquid, put water on
Yeah,
it. Pinoy
Even
things.
that. Oof.
yeah, Pinoy things. But again, those are just harsh realities. Because unfortunately, from what people see from successful freelance artists, they get like enamored with like the lifestyle that they can have. Like, oh, I have so much time for myself. I can go to the gym during like the midday and then walk my dog and then have enough time for my freelance work. Or like, oh, we see an artist like buy a sports car or
Yeah.
have a new
Oh
like new house. But then again, you don't see the stuff that they went through. It's not an
yeah.
instant thing for them. Some of them like played the long game to get to where they are, but they didn't start out like swimming in cash right away as a freelancer.
Yeah. You see the
And
good
I'm
stuff
pretty
already.
sure,
Yeah. Mhm.
yeah, exactly, right. So we're not here to like glamorize or like sugarcoat freelancing. Again, I'm a big advocate for like not sugarcoating freelancing. But there are also some benefits down the line, and we don't want to be like super like negative, even though the topic for this podcast is
Yeah.
harsh realities of freelancing as an artist. We don't just end with like the bad experiences. uh we talk about like how to get past them and what you can do, what this lifestyle or like this approach can do. Yeah, if any of our audiences have like questions, again, you can put it on the side. We're gonna cap off in a few more minutes. We're actually nearing the end, so yeah.
I'm
Uh,
not sure if
oh, I have another
just chat
question. Oh, yeah,
or
you first.
Can you read it? Can you check it?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
you can't read
it's
chat.
Yeah.
oh yeah, right. I'm
I just
sorry.
I just see the
Uh,
notification.
you get yeah.
Oh, get good is key, says Mo. Oh, some of it's in Filipino, so I'm not sure if I can read
Yeah,
it out loud.
if you're in the Philippines, 15K is, I guess, small amount to just, forget about it. I think that's a rough translation of what he said.
Wait, is that a
Oh
question
man,
or just
no, he's
sharing?
saying his
Sharing
experience.
experience.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Didn't get paid 15,000 pesos for a magazine,
Yeah.
so the client ran off on him. So like that's a horror story right there.
Yeah.
So now
Mm,
you know, you gotta protect yourself. That's why that down payment's very important. It's like
yep.
7.5k. Is my math right? I'm an artist.
Yeah.
That's right. 7.5k is the half. Okay. Yeah. So that will help you on that.
Oh my god. Like thinking about it, like how much my work actually costs
Uh
and
huh.
not getting that X amount. Oh my gosh. I lost so much
Yeah.
money in two paintings solely. Oh my
Oh,
gosh. Thinking,
something
oh
that
my
Mo
god.
said here.
My money.
Um, I want to key on it. Key in on it. I guess he said like getting good is the key. Uh,
Getting
yeah,
good in
you
a
have
lot
to
of
be
things.
is the key. I learned from like another artist, and it's kind of common. At some point, if your art is in this certain level, you're more or less gonna get work. Like they're like what Jay said. Like sometimes they're gonna look for you, but the caveat is you have to get your art to a certain level, like a high medium level, where getting work won't be a problem for you. Like you're never gonna be
Mm.
vacant. There's a certain standard that you have to uphold. But the rub is, it's not that easy to get to that standard. You gotta really put in the work. So if you need help and direction, once again, you can be free to join the Brushpoint community. Check the link in the description when you watch this video. Or
Yeah.
you can go to brushpoint.io and check us out there. You can become a subscriber for just $5. Or the link is there in the website, right, guys? To join the
Yeah.
server for
Yeah.
free. For free. But as a supporter, you get
Aubrey.
various more perks. You get a portfolio reviewed. You have dedicated videos or tutorials made by Mr. DJ Lumpia. Or we might have maybe down the line some guest artist
Yeah.
content.
Womp womp.
Like something's coming soon. A workshop I heard, but that's only for
Cool.
supporters. Am I right, JS?
Hell yeah.
I think
Yeah.
let's see. Let's just see for the
Yeah. Let's
future.
just
Yeah.
see.
I want to say yes
Yeah.
so you could support it.
Yeah. That's a clickbait. Oh, we have a question from Mark. So I'll read it out loud. Even though you guys went through all of those hardships with freelance, what experience solidified for you that you still wanted to keep on doing it? Oh, that's a good one. Who wants to
Why
take
do
this
Why,
you
question?
Red?
keep on
Why?
doing it? Yeah. Why do you keep on doing it, Mr. Lumpia?
Yeah. Why? Gotta
Like,
ask.
despite all of the hardships,
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's
well, you
flexibility. I
can't say
think. Yeah.
money. You can't say money.
It's the
That's
but it's the money. No, like
Aside
in
from
all
the money,
honesty,
that's a
yeah.
given.
Aside from the
Yeah.
money, well, of course, we always say like having our own time, but you don't really get you don't really get it. But like at the same time, it feels for me it feels rewarding to get hired because of what you do. I feel like like being hired as a freelance means that they really do like your work, or you're in a certain level where your skill level is up there, par with whoever is working on in the industry full time and all that. So I feel like it's literally a grind to get a better, like to get good as well, because you won't get hired a lot of freelance if you're not good as well. So it feels rewarding to get hired knowing that, oh, my skill level is enough to get people noticing my artwork and all that. So I think that's part of it, like being very rewarding in terms of how far you've reached in terms of skill level and goals and all that. So yeah, that's for me.
Hmm.
Mhm. Yeah, so for me, it's definitely it's the flexibility because I have so many hobbies and activities in life.
Oh boy.
You know, I love learning new stuff. You know, it's like sports. You know, other stuff and
He's currently learning
exploring.
programming right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
maybe next month I will show you the game that I'm working on. But yeah, just fun
You'll
stuff. You
see
know,
it
just
in the community
copying.
as well.
Yeah, so and yes, I'm still studying art, and aside from that, of course, flexibility, and at the same time, the freedom to choose the projects that I want. Because when I was a full-time outsourcing company, regardless if it's stylized, realistic, or any client, I should do it because the company is paying my time, right? So whenever I'm
Yeah.
in the office, I should do what they ask me to do. And it's not a bad thing actually, especially if you don't want to think about, getting clients because of course they will get the clients and you will just do the job. But for me right now, especially since I already experienced that, and I mean, I'm open to working full time again. It's not like I will only do freelance, but uh, I will only do that if I really want the project that the company is working on. Like maybe just an indie studio and has this cool project that I I love playing too. So maybe I will work for that if I have the opportunity. But right now there's none, and I can choose the clients, I can choose the projects. Right now I do illustrations, which I wasn't able to do when I was in studio because usually I just do assets. So again, it's not a low thing to do, but it's just that I love doing illustrations. I love doing whole compositions, and uh, I don't want to create assets unless it's our game. So
Hell yeah.
so I'm that
Right.
stage. I'm at that stage. But when I was starting freelance, doing freelance illustrator, like after the synergy thing, the pandemic thing, um, I already prepared my portfolio that time, and yeah, I also got some mobile game. So sometimes it's just money also, guys.
Yeah.
Regardless if it's if the rate is so big, I don't care. And the time is flexible. Like for example, if I'm done with the asset for the day and I'm free to stop working, then it's a very good situation for me. So yeah, time and money.
Thank you, Mark. Time and money. There we go. Thank you, Mark, for that great question. It's actually a good one right there. Uh, well, I have another question for you guys. In case like the audience still want to ask, we got a few minutes left. Again, ask away for our two veteran artists right here, freelance artists right here. I
Veteran.
have a question.
Veteran.
Uh, it's a
Everything is
situation
freelance.
because again, our topic is harsh realities. So, wait, I'll ask first. JS, what's
Mm.
your what field in art are you like more happy to draw in? So like illustration, right?
Yeah, illustration.
Okay. How about you, Red? In the art industry, are you more of an illustrator or are you like doing other things like key art or like concept art or props or whatever? What are you more
Weirdly, I
happy with?
want to learn a lot on background, but I feel like my heart and soul is still in illustration or character
Mm.
stuff.
In the environment? Okay, okay. So my situation here is, let's say like in next year, it's gonna get harder to find gigs for like for example for Jason illustration or for
Mm.
um, aside from illustration like other gigs are like harder to come by, even like environment art.
Hmm.
Would you be willing to try out other things, even though your heart and soul is like, no, I'm going to be an illustrator? Or what if you have to learn like animation or some, or like work in the animation industry for freelance gigs? or in games, for example, even though you don't want to work in games, you want to work in like TCGs or something like that. Would you like, what would you do? Would you like hunker down and just like work on your portfolio and like keep hope that you're gonna get your gig, hopefully in that field that you want, or you're gonna like, are you gonna be willing to transfer to a different field? It's still art though. That's still
Yeah.
Rob. Yeah.
You wanna
Who
go
can
first?
answer that?
I mean, I can go first. I mean,
Mm.
I'm even willing to change the industry if it's needed. Like, if I really need
Yeah.
the money,
Mm.
especially for the family, I can get a
Mm.
job
Yeah.
like here in 7-Eleven downstairs. So
Mm.
it's just like straightforward for me. So I'm not that the kind of artist who's very passionate in my craft to the point that I'm not willing to adjust. But I understand if other artists don't do that. Of course, there's certain
Yeah.
respect in our craft that we
Yeah.
do, and based on our beliefs. But at the same time, yeah, I mean, if most probably what I will do, like for example, if we just come back came back from the future, like we already see what 2026 will be, and there's no
Mhm.
freelance for JS, for example. So we
No.
it's like a sure 100%. So I will compute and I will ask, do I do I spend the whole year getting good, getting better, and building my portfolio. If my time and of course money, if if our money allows
Allows
it,
it. Yeah.
then definitely I will go for that. So it's like a priority list that I will try that
Mhm.
first, the thing that's close to my heart. But if it doesn't work, I will give myself a deadline, and yeah, I will do any kind of job if it's needed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
same. I would clean windows off buildings as well if if that's what
Yeah, let's
The one
clean
where you're
involves
together,
money or
man.
hanging.
whatever. Like
Let me know if
yeah,
you're
like
gonna let's go together.
like I'm
Where you're like
already
hanging.
sort of yeah, I'm
Bonding
already sort
time,
of doing it now. I'm not doing my traditional painting stuff as regular as before. It's like it's not my main thing anymore, and I'm working
Mhm.
doing an anime style, which now is I'm not too much of a fan of. So I'm kind of doing it already. But if we're really talking about
Mm.
a very different industry, like maybe doing graphic design or whatever, yeah, it depends on how much time and money I have. Like if the boat is sinking, like you know, how am I gonna patch that up?
yeah,
Like
like what is
I
pride,
can,
if you
yeah, gonna patch
can
that up with
starve.
passion. I don't think I can. Like yeah, but yeah, I understand. Like maybe yeah, I was like that for the longest time as as an artist, being very idealistic of making things work, and now seeing it sometimes things don't really work out as much as you like it to be. Like it's
Mhm.
disheartening most of the time, but I feel like it's just not the time for it now. But maybe in the future it will be, it will come back and all that. So now it's just not it. I think we should be a bit mature enough to know that we really need um, to do something about what's
Mhm.
making life or our life difficult. Which in my case, I
Mm.
guess it was really hard to make finance work for this time. So I'm taking up a full time art job, which is very different from, of course, traditional art. So yeah, yeah, no matter what happens, we should be ready to sacrifice things and make things work out and make life better. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, there's nothing wrong with being like idealistic, you know, but you gotta be
yeah. Nothing,
realist
nothing.
Yeah.
too. Those two go
But
Mm.
there's a
together.
time,
Like
that's the thing.
I understand if you're like way younger, like that was.
Mm.
I think that's a cycle, especially
Yeah,
for
yeah.
us artists. Like it will always be idealistic, even for price ranges of how much we price our work. Like there was a time where no, I'm not gonna bend for a 20% discount or whatever, and I was like, "Ah, I guess
Yeah. I mean, if
Better
you
than
can
nothing,
push
right?
that and afford that, do
yeah, I
it.
guess it's fine. Yeah, doesn't matter.
Yeah. But again, we're not sugarcoating here, but we're also not like fully negative. We don't just end it there. You know, Like, at the end of the day, you're still like doing art or like something else to finance your art. So it's not the end. Hopefully, hopefully nothing bad happens to you that you have to like consider like something drastically different for your life. But again, it's a I think I heard this from Stan Prokopenko. Like, don't stress out too much. Like, you get to draw. It's a treat. You know,
Yeah.
it's hard to think about it now when there's money involved and it sucks. It sullies the sanctity of like art. Um, and I say sacred because people are like precious with their art that they don't want to put a price on it. But
Yeah.
sometimes they also want to make it their livelihood. So that's the eternal struggle. Like, how much do you price? Do you lowball yourself to get sales? Or will you bite the bullet and charge higher because this takes up a lot of your time, but people like your work, you have a following? What do you do about it? And finances. And if you missed it, you can check out our first video. Is there money in art? It's gonna appear somewhere up there. Red will put it in the related videos.
Anyway, there. Yeah.
Anywhere there. Or if you want to learn more about like money, like specific like ranges or something, you can join the community. People share ranges and like rates so that you don't like lowball yourself here in the community. And again, if you haven't clicked on it yet, you can check the description, click on the link to be part of our Discord, learn and share other information with fellow artists, help grow the community, and help educate other artists to protect themselves as freelancers. Yeah. We have Jillian commenting this. BP podcast is like a support group for freelancers right now. Yeah, it technically is. So we're not dwelling on the negative, even though we got spicy earlier on, with like
Yeah.
lawsuits and like violence against your blood relative. So yeah, we don't end there. I'm okay with my relative. I just don't do. I just don't freelance. Like when my other relatives ask, like, "Hey, can you do this logo or something?" Oh, I'm not. I'm not a graphic designer anymore. I'm actually an artist now. So sorry. That's my tactic. That's my workaround. Jay has learned later on to protect himself and like be sterner and like charging. So don't reach those levels. So yeah. Oh, Jilly missed the first half. You can see the recording a week from now on YouTube. So I'm doing a lot of promoting here, guys. I'm
Wait,
as the host.
don't you post it on 412 as well? I think you do, right?
No, just the live.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But they
never
can
mind.
ask. I
Never mind.
mean, we're always accessible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we're accessible on Facebook.
Yeah. Catch
Hopefully
Bumising is
somewhere else,
in
but
VC.
no, me. Who am I,
Let them
man?
tell
We
the
have
story.
we have a lot more
the whole
people.
story again.
Oh. Again, nah, I'm doing less talking now. I've been reflecting. But yeah, we have a lot more people in the community, a lot more new faces. And if you want to be part of that, again, you're free to join the Discord server for free. Or you can become a supporter and have access to more video tutorials, maybe guest artist content. Wink, wink. We'll see. So, yeah. And other exclusive freebies over in our website at brushpoint.io. So yeah, I think this is a healthy place to end it. And
Yeah.
in case like our audience has anything they want to ask, or by the way, if you have a certain topic that you want us to talk about in our next podcast episode, you can do so in our Discord server and chat there, or in the comment section down below. So we read the comments. So yeah. And once again, we are going to be signing off. So this is goodbye for now. So yeah, bye everyone. Good night,
Bye-bye.
or good evening, good morning,
Thanks,
or good afternoon from
thanks.
wherever you are.